Greetings everyone, I'm back with a new video. This video isn't a theory video but rather some mysteries of the CRK lore. With each arc these unsolved mysteries will be shed into light but also create new mysteries to be solved. So to start things off, is how there are not one but two PVs in the recent chapter. The times we met the second PV was at the start of chapter 7 and in the end of chapter 8. And yes, this PV is not only truthless recluse but a future variant possibility of him. The tarot cards he gave helped our PV in avoiding full corruption into TR. But the mystery is how did future TR travel back in time? Although the tower has some time shenanigans, it was never explained how this TR came to be. Unless it's just an illusion of possibilities that would make sense, but let's dive deeper. If he somehow traveled back in time, how will he have escaped the future variant of Shadow Milk? And what has happened in the future to cause the full corruption state? What happened to Cookie Kind if TR was never purified? This unsolved mystery will forever unsolve loudly crying face. Because the costume doesn't explain anything but an AU. Next up is what are Dark Enchantress' final goals? DE true goals are not really mysterious, but it has not yet been shown yet. DE has not one but two goals actually. Create the ultimate cookie, and war against the witches. DE has seen the witches eat cookies and plans to annihilate them to save Cookie Kind. But oh wait, this is the same person that does peak genocide. But at the same time she is doing it to create the perfect cookie. As the purpose of the ultimate cookie is still unknown. Wind Archer said it will bring up the age of despair, but I believe it will fail to create that age if you have seen my previous theory video. So is Dark Enchantress wants to destroy and renew the world, or she wants to war against the witches is still an unsolved mystery. But that will be unsolved next year, so we don't need to wait that long. Next up are how the soul gems are created. We know and seen how powerful soul gems, but we don't know how the witches created it. I have checked the wiki and there's no clues in how the soul gems were created. We know soul gems are somewhat like life energy that makes cookies powerful and grant them immortality. And the soul gem has a will of its own. For instance, in chapter 6 Burning Spice said that the soul gems can merge on its own. Just like how other times when the hero's soul gems speak to their owners. And with a new soul gem confirmed to be created by the ultimate cook, it could shed some light on how a soul gem is created. My theory is that the spirits within it will create a soul gem. After all, it's called a soul gem. If it's spirits, then who knows, the real soul gems are dead witches that have the same virtue. That's my headcanon for now, as there's no proof to support my claim. I am guilty in not being able to find a clue for this one. Hopefully we may get something next year. Skull. Moving on to the next unsolved mystery is where are the wizards and witches? We know the witch that created Gingerbrave, but where are the others? The wizards in the city of wizards went and say bye-bye to Moonlight Cookie. The witches appear every 1,000 years then vanish under 2 seconds in the plot. Then we know the good witches changed their races into cookies to beat the human allegations. But that's witches' castle lore, so let's exclude that for now. We know that the witches created the beasts during the chaos of Iron and Fire. But actually we have no clue about the era of chaos of Iron and Fire. We never questioned it. Could it be some ancient war in the human realm? Unless the human realm and the Cookie Run realm are separate worlds and the witches arrived here due to its high amount of life energy. As the witches eat sentient cookies is because of the life powder that the cookies can store and make a nicer taste. Then there are the wizards that use desserts to create perfect specimens like Moonlight Cookie. As of right now we will not get a single clue about the witches up to the future sagas. And now the last mystery is, did Silent Salt betray the beasts? And why didn't he join them despite being corrupted? Here's an image concept of Silent Salt being inspired as an ant. Despite being scrapped, I realized that ant makes sense for them as solidarity means unity, meaning he should have had an army of his own, and must have lost it in a war. So, based from my previous video, I guess it's highly likely the Spice Swarm or Shadow Milk rumors could have had destroyed their kingdom. And to seek revenge they helped the witches in sealing them, but since they themselves are turning corrupted they too asked to be sealed. This is my theory as to why Silent Salt could have betrayed the beasts. I might plan to go on detail in next week's video. As of right now Silent Salt motives are obviously unknown, but with some hints it really builds up of them betraying the beasts. And that is all for this week's video. I apologize if it's not as appealing as the previous ones. I was busy with some work this week. Skull. Comment down your own theories or some unsolved mysteries I didn't mention, as in the future I might make a proper part 2.